Hi, I'm Alex. Welcome to episode 6 of 1006 Miles by Bike. I left Seattle, Washington in May of 2025 and I rode to Jackson, Wyoming. In this episode, I finally leave Idaho in my rear view and I cross into Montana. I spend a day in St. Regis recovering and then I make my way to the River Edge Resort where I meet Lance and his fellow band of misfits. Lance writes me poetry and refills my soul. Come join me. All right, I'm just about packed up for the morning. And I just wanted to record this real quick because I definitely have some feelings about getting started today. Today is really hard to get started. Nothing sounds better right now than being back at home, hanging out with my wife and my cat, playing some video games and just having an easy day. But, between the last couple of days, there's been some hard days, and it certainly makes you kind of question these things. And luckily, right now, I have the resolve to keep going. I think of willpower like a glass, and the more you keep having to sip from it to get the things done, you eventually need something to fill it back up. But yeah, I don't want to misrepresent that this is all easy and fun and everything's just great all the time. This is definitely a hard morning for me. I'm still packing and taking a little longer than I wanted to. Yeah, I guess this video is another way of procrastinating too, but I think these messages are important. I don't want people to think that everything's just a big vacation with these kinds of trips. There are moments where you just don't want to do it anymore, and I'm close to that today. Yesterday, while I was pushing hard and finding the limits of my body and safety, all of that noise got turned down. I didn't have time to think about that situation, and it's nice like that's to be able to just quiet your brain for a while. So I woke up again today ruminating some more, and just wanted to share, like, one of the aspects of doing hard things is that at some point your anxieties or ruminations just don't have room anymore, and you get moments of calm, which are important because then you can compare that to moments that are not calm. All right, here's the big difference between today and yesterday. Yesterday, I hung a left here at Larson Road to get to the gravel. Today, I'm staying on the road. I don't think I summited yet. Might be close, but at least the view is different. There's still a lot of snow on top of that mountain ahead of me. Oh, I'm so tired from yesterday. This is hike-a-bike for me, but the grade is getting pretty serious. But all I can do is keep moving forward. I can feel my energy level running low, so I'm gonna grab one of my favorite coffee treats, coffee crisps. Thank you, wife. She gave me a few of these. I think this is my last one. Oh man, get through this. Not bad. Whew. Another trailhead marker. It looks pretty old, but all I want to see is that it says summit. It's all downhill from here. That's all I want to see.
Well, I guess that's one way to tell you made it to a summit. Look for the ski resort. I wonder if they got any hot food. All right, up there is Lookout Pass. I talked to one of the guys at the ski resort who was maybe a little easy to miss, but right here is a trail sign, and that's where I'm gonna catch some railroad grade. He said it's all downhill from Taft. So I'm gonna mount the GoPro on my helmet, set the suspension up, and maybe get to Taft. Hopefully I can get something to eat. Secured everything I could secure. I just forged a trail through that. Okay, this looks a little worse. Oh, I gotta walk it. In for a penny, in for a pound. Well, I'm getting through this one way or another, but doesn't mean I have to like it. Damn, this is thick. Man, another freaking day like this. Ow, my pedal keeps hitting me. Look at these post holes I'm leaving behind. Not fun. Not fun, Mother Nature. Hook a brother up. Have I paid the snow tax? Come on. All right, let's hope that's the last bit of you. You son of a... Dang it. Well, whoever comes through here again, I hope there's some snow so you can see my tire tracks and think to yourself, what kind of dumb fuck does this? And I think I just saw bear track in the snow, so that's awesome. Okay, that's just ice. Oh, speed wobble. Man, that ice reminds me of a time I went mountain biking with my buddy Russ. We were at Soaring Eagle and the river had froze over, a little creek that we have to pass over. I went first and I just cracked through the ice. I was, I don't know, probably 200 pounds at the time, plus my bike. And then Russ went, and he wasn't big enough to crack the ice. My man went down hard on the ice. So he gets up, he goes, I guess that was 200-pound test ice. Good times. This one's for you, buddy. Miss you, Russ. Milkshakes and lattes, exit 16. That sounds like my jam. I could use some food, something warm. All right, I just had some chicken fried steak at the Montana bar. Everyone in there was really friendly, curious about my ride, and they genuinely warned me about bears. They said that they tend to cross the freeways, and because of my bike, they may not hear me. Well, that should be an adventure. But the good news is it sounds like it's mostly downhill to Regis, which is about, according to Google Maps, 24 miles away. So maybe I can get there in 2 hours. It's 3:30 now. That'd be great. It's getting cold. I don't want to camp tonight. Hopefully I can get a hotel. It's too cold to camp. I've been sweating all day. I'm actually shivering right now. So another motel night. I hope it warms up soon. I'd like to get more camping in, but there are limits to temperature that I'm willing to endure for a good night's sleep. Yeah, down there is where I just ate, so I had to walk a really steep trail up to this rail trail. So just document that. I might be biased right now because mostly everything's downhill, but this is some beautiful rail trail right here. This is top rail trail experience. I'm in Montana. It feels wild as heck. I've already seen a bunch of wildlife. No bears yet, which that's fine. But this is beautiful. There's a big river to my left, and this rail trail is smooth and downhill. It's gonna take me right into St. Regis. Heck yeah. Red Dead Redemption by bicycle. That's what I'm talking about. I'm about 5 miles from St. Regis, and the trail just got real rough and bumpy, and I can feel my energy just dropping. So I'm 5 miles out. I'm gonna make it, but pretty tired. My left leg keeps tingling like a Charlie horse, so I can't wait to get off and stretch a little bit. Definitely hoping I can get a hotel room tonight, and I might just stay 2 days at Regis and just recover a little bit between the snow yesterday, how hard I pushed myself to try to get through it, and then the big climb today out of Wallace. I'm pretty spent.
All right, I am just about packed up. I decided to stick around St. Regis for another day, for a rest day, and my body feels good. Physically, I feel pretty good. A lot of the issues that I had in my quads are sort of gone. Right now, before I'm supposed to leave, I just have, again, there's this feeling of, I don't know how to describe it. It's just this hesitation, this desire to not, like, my body's like, really? Are we gonna do this again? We're gonna go out and do hard things and sweat and be uncomfortable. And yeah, you kind of have to, or at least I have to, sort of sit here and take a bunch of deep breaths and remind myself of why I'm doing this trip, why it's important to me. It's strange, because I do love it. I've been really enjoying myself. It's been very helpful. It's been therapeutic for me so far. I don't know if this is just a symptom of having anxiety for such a long time, that this is a pattern that I'm in by now. Dreading the day, dreading waking up and having to deal with something I don't want to deal with. And I have to remind myself that this is what I've chosen to do. But we're going to get out. Today is not the day that this ride ends. My wife and I have a saying, don't quit on a bad day. And I've certainly had a couple of bad days. I'm not giving up yet, or hopefully ever. But it's not easy to get started for some reason.
Look like nice campgrounds. Gotta say, the Montana campgrounds already look a lot more appealing and friendly than Idaho. And you're right on a big river, so water's not a problem. Alright, I just stopped for a coffee and a breakfast sandwich here at this little cafe. I'm not sure what the name is, but their initials are NFB. And they've got a little flower shop in there, great coffee, good food, and the folks were very nice.
I mentioned earlier in this video while I was struggling to leave my hotel in Wallace that I needed a pick-me-up, something to fill up my willpower cup. Well, I'm about to get it. I end up getting the River's Edge RV Resort pretty early. I make my way to the bar at the resort and I order a steak plate and a large plate of steak frites. A few minutes later, a big old Montana man wearing outdoor gear rolls in and takes a seat near me at the bar. It's clear he's a regular. He's chatting up the bartender like they're old friends. When my food arrives, the guy looks me up and down and says, "No way is a little dude like you gonna eat all that food." I laughed, I introduced myself, and I told him I'm riding my bike from Seattle. I got room for dessert after this. His name was Jake. Jake and I talked for a while about life, and then some more of Jake's friends showed up. I recorded this really emotional moment in my tent after the bar. But please stay tuned at the end of the video and listen to Lance read his poem to me. I'm at the River Edge Resort RV Park. I just got in bed and I've been messing around with my phone. But I don't want to forget this moment. I rolled in here probably like 6:30. Took a quick shower, got my tent set up, and then I went into the restaurant, River Edge Resort and Steakhouse. And man, I met some of the coolest people in that bar. It was exactly what I've been looking for on this trip. I met a guy named Jake, came into the bar, he turned on the hockey game. We just started talking. He was curious, and he's a tour guide. He takes people up and down the river, and we were just talking life. And then a couple of Jake's buddies came in, and one of the guys' name was Lance. And I don't know, something about Lance and I clicked, and we just hung out for the night talking about life and my adventure. And he told me about his girlfriend and how they met. And Ruth got to meet Lance on the phone. Oh, man. I needed that tonight. That was a good pick-me-up. Meeting just some good Americans, you know? Just some people who just want to enjoy the outdoors. They've got good common sense. And, they're open to listening about journeys, and they're into things that are new and curious. Man, I definitely need it tonight. I got Lance motivated and inspired.
dude wrote me a poem and got up and read it to me in front of me. I've never had anybody do that for me before. Yeah, what a unique experience. Here in Montana, who the fuck would have guessed I'd have had something like that happen to me in Montana? That was fucking cool. I don't want to lose that moment. I hope more shit like that happens, but man, you know, if you meet a like-minded spirit and you meet a friend on a trip, it's a pretty valuable trip. So, thanks again, Lance. You know, I meant the world to me, brother.
52125, River's Edge, Alberton. Alex Baldini, Viking. 2 wheels towards truth of self through pain, joy, and strength. He rediscovers self. Now there's a man with a big, bold, beautiful idea. He traverses the globe with eyes open and the all-seeing third eye wide the fuck awake. To see his family is all the reason he needs for the fuel that moves his beautiful man-on-bike machine. Take note, human race. This man and his dream to be beautifully executed is a sacred and seminal reminder of how powerful and capable we can be. Not only to do incredible things, but to smell the flowers in the moments most others never see. He is bending time like an accordion, for a single day is a lifetime for others. And these 2,000 miles traveled through primal efforts can be compressed into one beautiful forever dream. Alex demands our attention, yet has no interest in our tip of the cap. He makes us all better. Love, Lance.